Everybody, well I think everybody, remembers this great television character, Bea Smith from the hit television series Prisoner. And the actress who brought Bea to life is about to turn her attentions to another Bea, one of Sydney's best-loved eccentrics, Bea Miles. And wait until you see one of her co-stars. Please welcome Val Lehman and Bruce Ruxton. See you. I should point out, incidentally, this is costume for Val.
I dress like this all the time. That's ridiculous.
We'll get to you in just a second, Bruce. This is television, by the way. This is brand new to you, isn't it, Bruce? Appearing on television and
very frightening.
Yeah, and stating your case and all that sort of jazz. Tell us, Val, about the character Bea Miles. For those of us who might not know all that much about her, she was quite an eccentric, wasn't she?
Extraordinary woman. One of the reasons I so enjoy playing her, she was very, very intelligent and a wordsmith, and nearly all the script is verbatim quotes from her. Very wealthy, moneyed, educated background, and she chose at one stage of her life to live in the streets. In fact, in the stormwater channel of Rushcutters Bay Park, most of the time, and porticos of churches, the casualty wards of hospitals. She walked around quoting Shakespeare for a price. That's how she sort of had some income, but she did have, in fact, have an income from her grandmother's estate and an allowance from her father, because her father at one stage tried to institutionalise her. In fact, she spent 3 years in and out of institutions until she escaped and thought, I've had enough of this. And Smith's Weekly, a publication of the time, ran a campaign to have her released, kept her in their offices for a month, and then, which meant she had to be recommitted. And so they then had her examined by doctors that were impartial, not friends of her father's, and they said, no, there's no way she was insane. Outrageous, eccentric, avant-garde, but not mad.
Now, where does Bruce fit into this new theatrical play?
Well, because this show is about street people, essentially, and about a very famous street person, we're having celebrity derelicts or celebrity street people come and perform every night. A different celebrity from different walks of life every evening. We're not announcing exactly what evenings they're coming on, although Bruce might tell you what night he's doing his, to raise money for the street kids. Because, you know, it's such a terrible problem at the moment. And the fee is above equity minimum every evening. So we're going to be raising between $8,000 and $12,000 a week to donate to the street kids' cause. And we'd actually like to ask you if you'd like to be one of them, Bert.
I'd certainly... how can I say no now? I'd certainly like to do a night if I can help out. I want to go along the night that Bruce is doing it, because I've got some friends I'd like to take along, and we'll sit in the front row. I'm thinking maybe Jan Event and Bob Hawke and few of the gang.
I'd like to be a street kid with Delilah.
Yes. Quite an ambition, eh?
Ooh.
We'll get to... How do you feel about doing this theatrical thing, Bruce?
Well, I was a little bit diffident at the beginning, Bert. I thought I was up for another setup. You know, I've been used to setups.
Sure.
But Val and Charles and others have convinced me it's for a good cause, and so I'm in it.
Good on you. It opens on Saturday night in Melbourne at the Comedy Theatre, and then it's touring around Australia. Well, if you'd like to join one of your real co-stars, when I say real, don't be offended, Bruce, John Finlayson at centre stage to do a number from the show, Flotsam and Jetsam. It'd be my pleasure to introduce you, and then we'll have a chat to Bruce, and I do wish you well for Saturday night and a great season.
Thanks very much, Bert. Incidentally, there are still tickets available for the opening night.
Lovely. Good on you. For opening night too. Okay. Well, Val will have her sit, move across to centre stage. You'll know your floor manager over there, Val, because he was your floor manager on Prisoner.
I do recognise him, yes.
Peter, let's see him together again for the very first time on the show. They used to work together on Prisoner. It is now your turn, sir. Just watching you, enjoying that number there, sitting in your guest's chair, suddenly realised just what a sort of a day you have. I mean, that would really be just a respite for you, because you're so busy with your RSL work and also your media work. Just wondering, how do you stand the pressure, the constant pressure?
Well, I think it's a state of mind. I think once you get your mind right, or one gets one's mind right, I think you can carry and do all of these things. My day starts at 6 a.m. and it wouldn't finish before midnight 7 days a week. And I find I can cope as long as I get 6 hours sleep. I do sleep.
Clear conscience, you're saying?
Oh, no worries about that.
Bruce, over the last couple of months, of course, tragedy has entered your life with the passing of your wife, Ruth. When you reflect on the sort of life that you've had in the public eye, just how much do you think it took out of your late wife?
Well, first of all, it's been a very sad summer, a very sad festive season for us, but life must go on. First of all, Bert, I must say this about Ruth. She believed in all the issues that the RSL takes up. She didn't differ from me on those issues. However, having said that, of course, I don't know why, but I seem to be able to stir up the grubs in Australia, and I tell you what, there's some awful people in Australia. And I seem to get them. They come out of the woodwork for me. And she had to cop her share of filthy phone calls, death threats. And I might add, they come at all hours of the day and night. And if I was away, there'd be the 3 o'clockers and the 4 o'clockers. My girls at work have also suffered in that way. I don't, I feel that, I said it before, she deserved a better life, that's all. In a lot of ways she deserved a better life, and maybe I contributed to her ill health because of the pressures. And we've had pressures, we've had police patrolling the house. I never asked for these things, but she did. She was worried.
But you had a good marriage, didn't you?
Yes, it was a long marriage, 36 years, had its ups and downs like all marriages. She's a Perth girl. I was married in Western Australia, and in 1952, it's going back a fair way now, and we've came over here. So we've sort of had Western Australia and Victoria, and yes, it's been an interesting life, Bert. Let's face it, very interesting.
Well, there's plenty of life in the old dog yet?
Oh, no worries about that.
We want to be part of that too. I'd love you to come back one day. Let's talk about a lot of things that I know interest you.
Yeah, I think that there are some interesting things going on. I only hope tonight, Bert, that the veteran community and the war widows in Victoria won't take another bashing as they have in all these other economic statements that's been coming out of that awful joint called Canberra. That's all I hope.
Mr. Keating's coming along too for your night when you perform.
The greatest treasure in the world. Well, he better start improving on the veteran community. That's all I can say.
Right, that's a little preview of what's to come in weeks to come as we chat to Bruce on the program. It's great having you here, and whichever night you do with Val, good luck. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. She's a very nice person. Yes. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I don't know whether I love her or Delilah more.
That's a nice position to be in. Good on you, Bruce. Hey, Bruce Ruxton.